What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I'm your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Yeah. Yeah. What up? What's good? Chris Cunningham, Jesse Xavier, K. Cooper, Osriel. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's going on? What's up, next phases? What up, Tim? What up, though? Greg AB, Jesse V Royalty. What's going on? What's happening, friends? What we doing today? We got this fog. It's not even a fog. It's from the wildfires out there in Canada, in Minneapolis or Minnesota. What up, friends? What up, Yakar? What up, Sabrina? What up, Paige? What up, K. Cooper? What up, Byron? What up, OG Ree? Anna? Just Cam? You coolin', Gabriel? Zeroy says, how do you feel? Let me see. How do I feel today? Well, the first thing I felt like was not driving, so I definitely took a black truck to the studio. Thank you, Jody. You said the blue looked nice. I got to switch it up on y'all. Sometimes I give y'all the white. Sometimes I give y'all the pink. Sometimes I give y'all the blue. Sometimes I give you the stripes. But I'm going to give it to you. It's me, the OG Funk Bandits. The B to the R-A-T in effect. If you ain't heard of me, take a seat, lay back and listen as I bust for you on this funkified mission. Just pick up the floor and relax your feet. Body on down to the Bret heartbeat. Now it goes like that, and that's how it goes. I'm going to give it up all you Negroes and hoes, so listen up. Make sure you listen up well. And don't miss this chorus. Be baddest. Be automatic and etiquette. Try to bust in the gangster's way. That's how them fools get dealt with. So what you want to do? Don't even trip. Step up, and I'ma bust your lip. Now you know what I know that you know I don't want to do, but keep on tripping and I'ma give it to you. Hey. 1 for the money. 2 for the bass. 3 to get you going. Cause the Bret's in the place. No. What up, dog? What's going on, all of my friends and family inside of the chat? I appreciate you. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm in the building. I am killing it. When it comes to work ethic, but I feel like, you know what I feel like? Let me tell you what I feel like. I feel like I'm on the brink of greatness. Like, I feel my feeling in the inside is like, yo, I'm like 2 months from really being able to break out the way that I want to because I got so many things and so many projects. But you know what life is really about? Let me change my my quote while I'm at it. Because I set up my quote when I'm at the crib, but I don't change it until I get here. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. All right. And the way that I see myself, or the way that I see life right now, is I can see it, but I gotta endure through it. So you know what's so interesting about life? We focus probably 90% of our time, maybe even more depending on who you are. 95% of our time focus on what we didn't get when we in the past and where we want to be in the future, but we never live for now. What up, Mimi? Listen to what I'm telling you. We focus all of our energy on how we feel, regret, paying attention to the past, who did us wrong, all of that other stuff. And then we spend another half of our energy on where we want to be and where we envision ourselves, but we never really live in the moment, right? So as I go through whatever it is that I'm enduring through, as far as the business side of things and building these houses and stuff. In the meantime, I still keep that good energy. You know what I'm saying? I heard about that, Bear. I heard about that. I got that on the list if that's something that y'all wanted to talk about. Listen to what I'm saying. I see where I'm going. I know where I've been and the lessons that I've learned, but I'm so immersed in the now. Like, you know, people, have y'all ever seen or heard from people that may have done incredibly well, or they may even be going through something, but they stay even killed because they so immersed in a moment? I know what my future is. I know what my future looks like. But I'm not focused. I'm going to do what I got to do for my future, but I'm not focused as far as my energy on that. My energy is on enjoying the moment right now. When I go to the meetups, right? I don't even be thinking about what's going on Monday or what we going to do on Sunday. That's why I can't wait to see y'all on the 25th. Because by the time I leave the meetup, my voice is gone because I'm so excited to see y'all. When I'm on this show, I'm focused on this show right here, right now. I'm not on nothing else. I'm not thinking about nothing else. I can't focus on anything except for what I'm talking about at the moment with you right here, right now. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to tell y'all is, regardless of what your situation is, good or bad, live. The present is a gift. We be focusing on what we gonna do and then what we've been through, and we don't have an opportunity to really just live and think. And so, how do I feel right now? I feel like I'm appreciative of you guys. I know we got the Bag Chaser meetup next weekend on the 25th. So shout out to all of the Patreon members. AD, can you give yourself a round of applause? I will. I'm looking forward to seeing y'all at that meetup in DC. All right. We got the Patreon live, another Patreon live stream this weekend. Oh, so you didn't know that I was going to hit you with the 2 drops back to back, right? You didn't know I was going to hit you with the 2 drops. So yes, we did a Patreon live stream this past Monday, and we're going to do another one this weekend. And then I got another video dropping for y'all. Not really sure. I gave my daughter all of my vlogging equipment. I gave her all of my cameras, so I had to buy all new stuff. So as soon as I get the new stuff, maybe I'll go back to what I used to. Man, listen. Look, I record on a cell phone. We can get it that way. And to record it in this fog right now, that may be a good aesthetic. So I got some things I want to communicate, but I want to have the right aesthetic. So anyways, we're going to get there. We're definitely going to get there. How y'all feeling today, man? How y'all feeling today? Y'all feeling good? Did y'all enjoy the show last night? Elizabeth says, do you do Bible studies? We do, but I am not the one that leads it. Yes, we do it. I don't think we're going to do it. We're going to either do a block club or a content creation this weekend, Keisha. Elizabeth Nicholas. We do it. For those of you that are bag chasers, make sure y'all tap into the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description. Keisha says it's Saturday at 1 p.m. It is led by my good friend and compadre, Yakar. So yes, we do Bible study. That is in the Discord. The link to the Discord is in the description of any of the most recent videos inside of the Patreon. Just click the link. If you are a bag chaser, you'll be in the Discord, and then we get it popping. You know what's so interesting? Every time y'all say, you know what I notice? Every time y'all say, man, it was a lot of disruption. This is what happened on the show on Room 9 last night. It went crazy. Every time that happens, Y'all like I see 1,000 comments and y'all love the show. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all don't know if y'all want chaos. Y'all don't know if y'all want arguing. Y'all don't know if y'all want both. Y'all like it all. I said yesterday, I said, I think I need to change some things, or maybe I need to make some modifications. Immediately, I got about 4 emails. Don't change nothing. Let it do whatever it is it's going to do. Don't change anything. But I've been making changes. I've been making a lot of changes. I just don't announce them no more. Y'all been seeing, listen, changes have been happening rapidly. Yep. I'm putting my corporate hat on of what I used to do. See, in the content creation world, you got friends and all of that type of stuff. But what I also realize is that I need to take more of a business-like approach. And so I just implement things. Now, I don't make no announcements. I don't do, hey guys, nope. You just see changes. You just see changes. I'm not gonna give no explanations. Mimi, Black Rose City said, "Hey, super chat didn't get it. What did you say? I'm gonna read it right now." Somebody said, "What's the topic for Room 9 tonight?" I don't know the topics until I start producing the show. So sometime in the afternoon, I'll start putting together the different topics and what I want the theme to be based off of what's happening in popular culture, and or ideas that I got inside of my mind. And then by the time we start the show, what's up? Yeah, y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all don't even know what y'all want until I give it to you. You know what I like? You know who I like though? I like Aaliyah. I like Aaliyah. I like Aaliyah. I do. Nope. Carmen, you don't get listen, Carmen. Nope. 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 Anton was not at his best lately. What did I do? I didn't even do nothing. Why do y'all keep blaming me for everything that everybody else do? Y'all do realize that everybody else has their own personality and they have their own points. So AD, we just forgot about the ESPN room. No, it's really clean in there though. It's perfect. It's clean. For whatever reason, I just like this. I like this chair. I like this set. I got options, baby. One day I may just pop up and I might just be in the ESPN room. You never know. You never know. Never know. Never too much, never too much. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. You know what else I've noticed lately? Let me read some of these cash apps and get started with the show. Lately, I've been not interested in driving. I haven't been interested in driving. I just take a black truck, I just jump in the truck, or I get on public transportation and I go where I want to go. I don't even be wanting to drive no more right now. Not right now. Mike, that dude in the building. Shout out to my dog, Mike, that dude. I appreciate you, big dog. Spencer Campbell, what up, though? Says good morning, AD and the Bag Chasers. Let me see what Qua is saying. Let me read some of the feedback that you guys send me. See, I read y'all emails all the time. I'll look at them in the minute that I get them. Hello, Anton. I'm not going to say who it's from because I don't want to get nobody in trouble. Hello, Anton. I hope all is well with you and your family. I watch a lot of your morning shows and after hour shows. I enjoy each of them and they definitely help inform and entertain me while I'm doing administrative tasks at work. I love Slimmy, and what he brings to the table and the passion he speaks with is unmatched by anyone else on the panel. But I noticed the consistent riff on the panel over the last year or so between Slimmy and Molly. Seems that they can't come to a common ground and be civil. A possible solution is to switch things up, is to have an all men's panel night, the one, or all women's panel night 2, and then a co-ed night 3 with the originals. I know you're a busy man, so scoping out new talent may be an issue, but it's a suggestion worth testing out. I'm a fan of your work and dedication to the grind. Wish you continued success. It's great feedback. Great feedback. You want to know, y'all want to know my biggest problem as the owner, producer, financier? Shout out to Spencer Campbell. I appreciate you, Spencer Campbell. Thank you for holding me down on Cash App. John Till, salute. Hey, happy birthday to Mike That Dude's mom. Mike That Dude's mom, happy birthday to you. Shout out to Mike That Dude's mom. You know what my biggest problem as a content creator, as the owner, as all of these different things? You know what my biggest problem is? You know what my biggest problem is? It's budget. Let me go get my red cup. I see it's going to be one of them days. Never too much, never too much, never too much. Well, they say it's 12 o'clock somewhere. It's 12 o'clock somewhere. Never too much, never too much. I am one of the, if not the, only person I got you, Onaka. 12 o'clock somewhere in the world. Listen, y'all be stressing me out. Y'all don't realize that I am one of the, if not the only person that pays people. And I don't just pay people, I pay people well. I pay people. I don't have people come on my platform and come on my panels and say, oh man, I just want you to do it for free forever. I'm not that type of person. I've always been a good guy. I've always been a generous man. I've always been a very helpful person. And so for me, I don't want to bring people into this world and have them dedicate their time to me. And I don't have a budget to where I can really make sure that they straight. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difficult balance that I have to have. But at the same time, I also believe or I expect more from people that I pay. You understand what I'm saying? So when I pay people, which nobody that has panels pay people, and if they do, it is a small, minuscule amount versus what it is that I do, and I pay people. And listen, y'all already know I'm not gonna say no numbers. I don't get into that. But you know, I look out for people and I pay people, right? So then it kind of perplexes me that y'all hold me accountable instead of telling everybody else to do their jobs. Y'all the problem. Y'all the problem. See, okay. This is what y'all wanted to do. Y'all are the problem because y'all are acting like people are doing this for free. People are not doing this for free. They get paid really well. So why y'all sending me the emails? Y'all got their DMs, y'all got their information. Why don't y'all tell other people to do their job? What we talking about? When I go to work every day, when I was in corporate America, in whatever position that I did, I had to do my job. I couldn't just go in and say what I wanted to say and do what I wanted to do, or if I didn't necessarily care from somebody. What are you talking about? I did what I was supposed to do to go and get what it is that I go and get. People show up when they want to. They come and go when they want to. They take off when they want to. I've seen people play video games. I've seen people in the middle of the show pick up a controller and play video games on my dime. So what should my expectation be? What should my expectation be? Because listen, let me tell you something. I don't care what get brought in. I don't care how good or bad a month is. Everybody get paid. First, no matter what. They get their money and it be a lot. People get their money and it be a lot. And I'm not pointing anybody out. Let's be very clear. I'm not going off on anybody. But what I am saying is, what is the expectation for me if payroll, because I don't have this problem in other businesses. When I pay my contractors that go out there to these sites, they do what they get it done, and they get it done ASAP. And they say, "Hey, listen, you got another job that's up for me? Am I gonna be the one that's in this next job?" So that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is, y'all, I, in my opinion, listen. Everybody, even the people that done left, they made great money. They made great money. The one thing that you can't never say, nobody can never say, is, "Hey, I didn't get what I more than what I deserved." Do y'all know? Let me tell y'all something. And again, I don't talk numbers, so it's not necessary. I'm never gonna tell nobody how much money somebody is making. It's unprofessional. I gave bonuses. I I don't think I'm doing that no more. But around Christmas time and stuff, people got bags. People got big bonuses. Big bonuses. So all I'm saying is, if y'all are a part of what we do, because I always say that the chat is a part of what we do, then I'm going to have to hold you accountable just as much as y'all try to sit there and say, "Anton, this is no." Tell people to do what they supposed to do. Tell people to do what they supposed to do. I'm not a babysitter. I'm a check writer. I'm not a babysitter. I'm a check writer. That's what I do. I write checks. I don't babysit adults. So that's all I got to say about that. That's all I got to say about that. I'm leaving it like it is. Leaving it like it is. At the end of the day, I run a business. And so I'm trying to figure out how to make the business more effective, better product, pushing it out there. And let me just say this. Can I rant? Cause I'm sorry, I got a cup right now. All I ask people to do, I don't ask people to produce the shows. I don't ask people to come up with subjects. I don't ask nobody for nothing. You know what I ask people to do? Come on time and let's put in our hours to give people a show based off of our authentic thoughts, and let's give them what they want. I produce the shows, I come up with the subjects, I do the edits, I put out the clips, and I write the checks. And all I ask people to do is come up and talk. Hey, can y'all come up and talk and give y'all authentic thoughts for a couple hours? This is what time we live streaming. Let's show up and let's give the people what they deserve, and let's get them through their night. Let's get them through they shifts. Let's get the truck drivers popping. Let's take care of business. That's all I ask. I don't ask nobody to do nothing else. I don't call nobody. I don't bother nobody. All I do is drop a link inside of the group chat. This what time we streaming. Most of the time, I try to have the subjects ahead of time. This is what we talking about. If it's something that, something popular culture that we can't just give a general opinion on, hey, listen, this is what we talking about. Make sure y'all understand what we talking about before we get into it. Show up. Let's kick it. Let's get off the stream and keep it moving. Am I asking for too much? Am I asking for too much to say, come through, let's talk, and then y'all can go about y'all way, and I guarantee you I'll write you a check at the end of the month? Sorry for my rant. I'm sorry, I apologize. I think I'm more than generous. I think I'm more than reasonable. I'm more than generous. And I think I'm very, very nice. I don't bother nobody. I don't tell nobody what they can and can't say. I don't do none of that. I don't do none of that. But you know what the problem though, Sheesh, is I don't want it to not be a fun time. If I come in and I say, crack the whip, it's not gonna be a fun show. I pay people because I want them to enjoy themselves and not to feel like they are putting in time and they not benefiting from it or they not getting nothing out of it. I pay people because, I want everybody to benefit from this thing. And then at the same time, I want people to want to have fun and to want to have a conversation. I don't want people to look at it as a job, but I still want them to be compensated. That's how I keep things great and organic and for us to have a good vibe and a good whatever. So I'm not going to try to manipulate. I'm not going to try to jump in and do all of this stuff is all I'm saying. And so it's a hard balance. It's a hard juggle. So I sit back like I did last night and I just be thinking, trying to figure it out. And I be trying to, I try to figure it out. I be trying to figure it out, man. And I just be thinking, because I'm a solutions based person. I'm not about to be doing all of that, bro. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not doing a team retreat. I'm not doing all of that. I'm solutions based. And I just think, and I wait to see what's happening. So y'all give me some ideas. Tell me what it is that I need to do. I want to hear y'all thoughts. How should I deal with this? How should I approach it? What can I do differently in your opinion? I love your feedback. Y'all are a part of the show. Y'all have heard my side of it. How can I create a better environment, or how can I put out a better project or a better product for you guys to enjoy what it is that we do? How can I do it? What do you think that I need to do differently? Let me tell you what the problem with that is, right? General Cam says just do different groups. You want to know what the problem with that is? Is that I have a budget, right? That I put together every month for that platform. Often at times that budget exceeds what I bring in for that platform. I'm keeping it 1,000 with y'all. I don't make money from Room 9. Room 9 is a long-term play for me. It is a long-term project. In most instances, I don't bring in more than I put out, but I always want to make sure that I put out. Now, if I start moving people around and I start grouping things differently, then that means I got to pull more people in, which means that everybody not going to make what they was making. So I would rather pay as much as I possibly can to people on the platform instead of trying to segment things out, because I care about my people. I care about my people. I want to give them the maximum that I can give them. But then at the same time, it's hard because so the one thing that I can do, all right, let's run all of these ideas through, and then we got to get started with the show, y'all. I can't keep talking about this. The one thing that I can do, all right, is I could try to up the budget and bring in more people and then see how it plays out. I'm not cutting your pay, Mimi. Stop that. Somebody said change nothing is fine, highly entertaining. Well, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna produce some new shows and I'm gonna see how they go. So Jessica, you are kind of cute. Hold on for a second. DM me. DM me. We gonna figure that out. It's gonna be an interesting Thursday. Oh, now y'all see the brown in there. I don't want you to see the brown. Anyways, all right, y'all. Let me go ahead and read some of these super chats and we got to get started with the show. Shout out to you, Elizabeth. Yes, we do Bible study. Bad Habits in the building. What up, Bad Habits? Morning, big dog. Another day, another. Oh, hold on. Let me give it acknowledgement before I read the rest of that. Make sure I got all of the cash apps. I did. Mike, that dude, shout out to. All right, I got all of those. Shout out to you. Happy birthday to your moms. Bad Habit says, morning, big dog. Another day, another blessing. Shout out to you and the Chaser fam. Looking forward to the meetup. Yeah. What up? What up? What up? What up? Chris Cunningham says, Uchi Wally Wally. Oh, you want me to do the Nas? Billy Ray. What up, Billy Ray? Says, good morning, my love. AD, miss y'all. Have a great day. What up, Billy Ray? Vito Royale says, y'all be careful. Red Cup AD. I'm chilling. I'm relaxed. I'm slow motion. Q, what up, Q? Says, y'all can F off. My Xbox ain't even in the same room. What? This nigga crazy. Curtis Taylor says, completely unrelated, but if you want to defend myself against the YNs, is a bison a good defense? I want to send these ninjas to the moon. Yes, get you a bison. And then you can make some burgers after. Keon says, good morning, big homie, and all of the bag chasers. I got the gift on the way to you. Hold on, let me hit the applause button. Can't wait to see your reaction. Just know you can build off of it. Thank you, Keon. I'm checking it. I'm checking it. Will, what up, Will? Says, morning, fam. You have to hold people accountable, big dog. Make sure the standards and expectations stay a priority. Have fun, but remember the goal. Will, I don't know, man. Jesse V says, we love what you do, AD. What up, Jesse? Self-made forever in the building. Says, notice how the one show that I love Slim. It was that he didn't show up. It was a fun time. The problem is obvious. You're the only one that can handle the problem or just keep arguing every show. Quentin in the building says, stop paying to see who still shows up. Nah, I can't do that, bro. I would rather people not come than me not pay. I got to look out for the people, bro. I'm not even that type of person. I'm not cut like that. Outworld News says it needs to be raw and unfiltered with people saying what they think and how they feel. The crash out arguments, discussions are real life and need to stay there. All right, well, I'm with it. Then don't complain. All right, no more complaints. If we with it, then we with it. What up to Tia? My girl Tia says it's painful to watch sometimes. Same old words, one-liners being thrown, predictable arguments is giving me Fight Club light. No, that's not true though. You know why that's not true, Tia? Is because I do a very, I'm going to just give myself some credit. I do a very good job of curating and finding a bevy of different topics that span all different types of conversations and is more than just DMP conversations. We don't just cover relationships. We cover some relationships. We cover politics. We cover popular culture. We cover what's happening we covered all of the trials. We cover crime. We cover all of that type of stuff. So I can't say that it's limited. You know what I'm saying? I can't control how people talk or what they say, but I will say that it's not just one way. Chantel, what up? Says, good day, AD and the Bag Chasers. What's up, Chantel? What's up, baby girl? What up? What's up, baby? Are you reacting to JD Vance podcast with Rogan? I didn't know he was on a podcast with Rogan. Send it to me. I'll check it out. I don't know if we can really show Rogan stuff though. Do Rogan limit people from reacting to his content? Some people like the crash outs. All right, more crash outs. Skip it. Let's rock out. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel while turning on your notifications. I want to start off with this. I know it's a controversial subject, but I got an opinion on it, and I want to start off with it. Again, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. If y'all not a part of the Patreon, tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Hey, what's up? I'm on a live stream. I ain't got no mask.
You don't have any?
No, why would I have a mask? I ain't wearing no mask. Listen, I ain't wearing no masks.
Did you hear what I said?
I'm not wearing no mask, Rita.
Why are you so hard headed?
I'm not wearing any masks. Pandemic is over. We not wearing no mask going forward, unless it's a pooh
Okay.
shiesty to come and
But you don't,
run up on a nigga.
whatever. But you don't know what that smoke is doing, and it's not good.
I'm in the
So either
building. I
stay,
don't even
so
be
either stay in
outside.
the house or wear a mask.
I don't even be outside.
Hmm. And are you staying hydrated, drinking a lot of water? It's hot.
Yep, drinking a lot of water.
That sounds like a lie.
I am. I just took a sip right now.
Mm, Okay, I'll be there.
Bye, fam.
Right.
Why she coming down here? What you coming down here for?
Parents, do not let your child be weird. Now, I made a post about this a while back, and it's funny, I've seen a lot of people who have taken it since then and then put their own spin on it. But let me be very clear on what that means, because I was a teacher for 20 years. I taught every level, lots of kids with varying exceptionalities, and have seen it in the classroom. Let me tell you what you need to avoid. Yes, your child should be unique. Yes, they should have their own style. Yes, they don't need to be exactly like everyone else. However, if your child has habits and tendencies that are causing them to be ostracized in school, they do not have peer relationships, it has gone too far. As the parent, you need to parent them. Your job is not to just love them and let them be however they want to be and send them out, because what you're doing is you're sending them out to ridicule and scorn and no positive peer relationships. Instead, you need to lovingly guide them and instruct them from a place of love so that they can go out and make positive relationships. So if your child does not have any peer relationships because you have allowed them to continue with habits and proclivities that are causing them to be considered too odd to fit in at all, then you are setting them up for a life of struggle, because those peer relationships just grow up with them, and then they're going to struggle to fit in with people as an adult in the job field and to create relationships in general. So that is where you do not let your child be too weird to be able to have actual relationships with peers. Have a great day.
So, how many of you guys actually agree with what she's saying right now? That a lot of these kids are weird, because I've seen some people actually having an adverse reaction to what she's saying. You know, a lot of people believe in gentle parenting. A lot of people believe in, oh my God, no, you know, you got to support your kid no matter what. I'm on the opposite end of that. I don't believe that you support your children no matter what. And I've always said that. I said that I'm a benevolent dictator, and I don't believe that you should just say, you know what, I'm going to support my kid no matter what. I think that you have to be very, very vigilant in grooming your kid and making sure that your child be what you know them to be as far as the best version of themselves. But there's a lot of people that actually disagree. There's a lot of people that think that it should be the other way. A lot of people say, nah, because we live in a different era, y'all. That's the thing that we first have to take into consideration. We live in a completely different era where it's a lot of people that believe in gentle parenting. It's a lot of people that believe in doing things differently. It's a lot of people that believe, nope, you just, you know what I'm saying? You let them find their own individuality. They should be able to shut their doors to their bedrooms, all of that type of stuff, right? And so when you take that into consideration, what do y'all believe? I agree. I mean, I was weird for being in AP classes, but no. We're not talking about weird for being smart or being called weird because we smart, because of the culture. I believe that part of the problem in our culture and the people that we are raising for tomorrow are too weird. I think that these kids are too weird. Tyrone says everybody think that they dumb kid is special. No, they special to you. That's a fact. Bro, went out yesterday, stopped at the gas station, seen a bad kid tearing up everything that was inside of there. And the store owner was just looking like, hey, because they always Chaldean or something. Hey. And then the woman got mad at the store owner because her kid was tearing up the store. And I'm like, how do we get this off? How did we mess this up so bad? How do we mess this up so bad? Have y'all ever seen any of those videos of the furry con? All of these people that we see out here today, those used to be people that was normal. Like those were the kids. Because all of us at some point was a kid. So when we see these people being stupid and retarded nowadays, is it fair to say that their parents messed up? Listen, bro, I'm heavy on this right now. I don't know why. 3 things that I'm heavy on right now. Parenting, Chicago, and go and get a bag. Parenting, Chicago, and focusing on going to get a bag. That's what I'm heavy on right now. Right? And when I see all of this crime happening, that's because you let your kid be a demon. You let your kid be weird. When you see that junk in him, when you see stuff going on with your kid, bro, you got to drag that junk out of them. Maybe I'll introduce this as a part of the conversation tonight. When you see certain things and certain characteristics in your kid, I'm about to I'm a ruffle a feather right now because I know people think differently than this. Damn. How do I say this? When you see your kid being sassy when they're young and they exhibit certain tendencies, for me, I consider that to be weird. I'm not talking about being girl crazy. I think that that's normal. I think it's no. See, I'm even beyond the sniffing glue and all of that type of stuff. Listen. When you see your kid or a kid and they two of one way, man, I think you can drag that out. I think you can figure out how to. They need to be around more masculine people. All of that stuff, man. Listen, man. All of this stuff is a learned behavior. All of this stuff is a learned behavior. And when y'all see, yes, K. Cooper, yes, being gay, in my opinion, is weird. Because it is not normal for you to want to have another man's penis in your hand. That's not, how is it? If that ain't weird, what is? That's not weird? For a boy to want to wear girl clothes? How is that normal? No, he around his mama too much. He mimicking the behaviors of his mama instead of mimicking the behaviors of his father. He's mimicking the behaviors of what he sees and what he's doing. He didn't come up with that on his own. That's something that's been, you don't think, yeah, I want to paint my neck. What are you talking? You seen that somewhere? You seen that somewhere? You adopted it. But you know what we've done? We've normalized weird. Now we have a epidemic of people saying that you JC. Now we have an epidemic of people saying that the definition of a woman is whatever it is that you want it to be. Now, I'm not the sharpest knife in the tool shed. I'm not the sharpest knife in the tool shed. But I do know one thing, that the definition of a woman can't just be changed because we feel like it. So, AD, do you think that people are born gay? No. I think that every single person on this earth is born All right, let me paint this picture for you. Let me paint this picture for you. You ready? A man wants to lay another man on his front side and put it in his backside. Now, does that sound normal or does that sound abnormal? Asking a question. A man lays another man on his front side and wants to lay on his backside. Does that sound normal or abnormal? Do you think that a person is born with the desire to lay on another man's backside? Just asking a question. Just asking a question. It's a genuine question that I think needs to be explored. We like to cover our eyes and act like it's not a real thing, but that's what happens when the doors close. I think that all of this stuff that's going on out here is abnormal. Too much porn, too much alternative living, too much exposure, too much lifestyle. Y'all overly freaky. I don't want to be overly freaky. I want to be normal freaky. You see that woman over there? See all of that? I like to call it grace and mercy. Who can walk away from that? Who can walk away from all of that grace and mercy? So you telling me you want to kick her out and go and get her brother in the room? Get the hell out of here, bro. Get out of here. That sounds crazy. He don't want her. He want her brother. What? What are you talking about? I personally, and now let me be clear. I'm not going to advocate against anybody not doing what they want to do. I don't believe in removing anybody's humanity. I don't believe in removing anybody's money, any of that type of stuff. What I am saying is I don't agree with the lifestyle, but I respect your freedoms and no censorship here in the United States of America to allow for you to pursue whatever life that you want to. But in my opinion, it's not right. And when we see these kids doing all of this weird stuff, I see these young kids, because it's the summertime. So a lot of times they out here and they downtown in the summer, and I see these little boys and they be wearing booty shorts and stuff. What you doing? Got on bedazzles, netted shirts. Oh, where your daddy at? Where your parents at? Hey man, what your kid doing? What you doing? Why your son like that? What we got going on here? Kids just be weird as hell. Growing up, only wanting to playing, you know what I'm saying? Playing with Chucky dolls by itself, don't never want to go outside. So wait a minute, what you mean? He don't like going outside. What do you mean? How did he ever have a choice? Why did you ever ask him whether or not he liked going outside? Y'all let them play video games all day. Then they think that they in the game. They think that they NBC characters. Now they dressing up like them. Bro, now you got a grown man that's 50 years old that think he's Spider-Man. And I'll be looking at these dudes. Hey man, you good? And they all come out to the same festival together and they all connect with each other. They find their social stand. That's why I don't be understanding how y'all be having such a hard time finding your group. You got the most wild anomalies that have the toe sniffers. Yeah, we're going to go to a convention where we smell each other's toes. And they all be coming together. They build a whole community. I wonder how pedos find each other. You know how people be getting arrested for sending child images across to each other? How are they able to communicate? Like, when did they connect? When did they find each other? You telling me you can't find no friends? You don't know where nobody at. You can't figure out how to connect with anybody. You having a hard time finding your community of normal people, but you got predators that are able to figure out how to connect with each other. I don't believe you. I don't think you putting in the effort. I don't think that you dedicating yourself the way that you supposed to. Ain't no way in hell. So you can't find nobody that's in your tribe, but they can figure out how to secretly, around the FBI, connect with each other to trade images. What? How? That don't even make sense. I don't know. Nobody likes me. No, you just not outside, and that's why you weird. You a weirdo. I don't like going outside. I just want to be by myself 100% of the time. So you don't like humans? How you don't like humans? You like sex? That means you got to go find a human to have sex with. What do you mean? I just want to be in here by myself with the blinds down, with wearing all black. Man, if you get your ass outside. What you talking about? It used to be different in my day. You couldn't even come inside. It was a threat. We looked at that as a punishment. Listen, if you come in this house one more time, you ain't gonna be able to go back outside. We can't go back outside. You keep coming in and out of this house, letting my good air out. You come in this house one more time, you staying in. We was outside for the rest of the day. You had to find us. Pissing in the bushes. Gotta pee. Hey, man. I'm going to just go in the bushes over here. Tired, dirty, then got hurt. Can't go home and get a Band-Aid because you so afraid of having to stay in the house. Nah, you just kiss it. Try to suck the blood out. Because you didn't want to go inside. Then fought, played, hooped, fell, cut yourself. The bike then practically broke your leg, but you're going to figure it out because you don't want to go in the house. Now you telling me we got a whole generation of kids that don't want to go outside? Why would they? Because they just like their parents. And you shouldn't force them outside. You know why? Because you in the house playing games for 12 hours a day. Oh, now we hit a nerve. Man, these young kids, they don't want to go out and do nothing. He just like his daddy. His daddy is sitting in the house doing nothing, working from home every day, and then transferring from his seat to the couch. Nigga, he watching you. That's why he's so lazy. He just like his mama and his daddy. He just like his mama and his daddy. You weird. That's why he weird. Man, these kids nowadays, because we was watching our parents go to work and come home. That's why we was able to get so much box. That's why we was playing hide and go get it. Because we knew what time mama get home. Hey, listen, we gonna have to be gone by the time that my mama get home. You hear the car pull up, you can hear the saxophones. Shh, my mama home. Oh my God. Hold on. Open. You gotta get out the window. You gotta go out the back window. Gotta get out the back window. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's going on? Nah, my mom leave for work. My mom leave for work at like 8:30 in the morning. Nah, just come through. Just come through. Mama come home early for work. Shit. What the fuck is going on, dog? What we doing? You trying to negotiate with her? No, you got to go out the window. I'm not going out no window. Girl, you going to get me in trouble. Listen, just go out the window and just go around the back. Go out the window and go around the back. That's what it was like, getting caught doing stuff that you were supposed to do. That's the things that you want to get caught on. Getting caught doing the things that you wasn't supposed to do. Remember the one time that my parents picked me up from the police station. Only time my parent ever picked me up from the police station. Walking down the street to go skip school with some girls. Police pulled up. Hey, man, what y'all doing? What school y'all go to? She said, I go to Mumford. The other girl said, I go to Mumford too. What school you go to? Cass. So what you doing all the way over here? Hey, come on, man. Come get in this car, bro. Hey, man, nah, man. I'm on my way to school right now. I just got to go catch the bus. I was just leaving out early. Where you live at? Man, get in this car. I had to call my mama. She left work early. And let me tell you. Can I be honest? I'm going to be 100% honest. You know what made it so bad? It wasn't the fact that I got caught. It wasn't the fact that I was skipping school with these girls. Let me tell you what my mom said. This is the honest to God on everything truth. She came and picked me up. She came and got me from the police station. She told my dad. She walked in, and I knew it was over right there. She walked in, and she said, come on, come get in this car. So we go out. We're going back out to the car. She says, that's what you skip school for? I said, what you mean? She said, first of all, that one girl was ugly and the other one was fat. I said, oh, shit. She said, so you getting in trouble for these ugly hoes? I said, Ma, I didn't know that she was hit. My homeboy said this. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. She was like, them girls is hit, and you going to skip school with them? Get your butt in the car. I said, Ma, I didn't. First of all, that's her friend. I didn't know that other girl that she brought with her. And secondly, this like my second time meeting her, and she looked like, skip it. She was like, that's what you skipping school for? That's what I'm losing money to get off my job for? Get in this car. I said, dang, I never forgot that. I never, ever forgot it. For whatever reason, it seared my soul. And I said, I'm never skipping school for no booger wolves ever again. Funky hoes got me in trouble. Not ever. I'm never skipping school for no booger wolves ever again. I don't even know if she remembered this.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, I'm on a live stream. I got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Do you remember when I got, you had to pick me up from skipping school in the 9th grade because I was with those girls?
Not really. Vaguely. I'll say it like that. Yeah, vaguely.
I was going to ask
Vaguely
you, do you remember what they look like?
I don't. I really don't. But I remember it very, very vaguely. No, I don't.
All right.
But yeah, that would be you.
You called them fat.
What?
You said they was fat girls.
That sounds like me. That sounds like me, but I don't remember that like that. So what is the subject here then?
Nothing. It was just this lady that was saying that we got to make sure that these kids ain't weird. And I was saying what I think is normal versus what's abnormal.
Oh,
and I said that the one thing that I remember is that when I had got caught skipping school and you had to leave work to come pick me up and you said that the girls was fat. So
now why are you telling people that?
I just had to tell them. They don't be believing me.
Yeah, believe him. Believe it. Mm-hmm.
So, all right, that's all.
Okay, bye.
Bye. I didn't know what to do. But, you know, it is Anton wanted the thick one. Just couldn't figure it out. I didn't know what was going on. And you don't know what you get. It's not like the internet. We didn't have social media the way that we had it nowadays. We couldn't look at somebody's profile. So when your homeboy hooked you up with a girl and you was just, you know, hey, is she straight? You're like, yeah, man. Be like, all right. Talk on the phone. They sound all good. And then you go. It's like, oh, shit. So what am I supposed to do here? Then the police pulled up, and that was the end of the conversation. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see what's happening in these YouTube streets. Because we got a full show to do. Toriano says, oh no, the big one was cute. She was just big. She was really big. She was just like, and she was way too big to be in high school. Like she was cute in the face, but she was big. I don't know what was going on with me at that time. I was messed up in the head. Toriano says old school request. The question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. Shout out to you, Toriano. Toriano trying to have church up in here today. You know what I'm saying? Marty E. McFly says, when can we get a day in the life of Time Dog behind the scenes? Even incorporated a few panelists every once in a while. People would love it. If y'all want to see it, I'll do it on the Patreon. Big girl with childbearing hips. Love D. Williams says, what did you think of DJ Ack and Charlamagne interview? They said DJ Ack couldn't formulate his thoughts. If y'all want me to play it, I can play it. If y'all want me to play it, I'll go there. Q the Executive Suite MLE says, I think the panelists have it's just the innate attitude. You got to keep that in mind. You never know who's watching. Remember, you got clipped by Fox News. Be mindful. More importantly, be knowledgeable of the topics. Talk about it. I think that's a great point. Shout out to you, big dog. Moneybag K in the building says, have you talked about the Gordie Howe Bridge yet? Nope. I sure haven't. Casual Germ says, Idiocracy is a documentary. The dum-dums are overpopulating the world. Yep. And they having more kids every day. What up, Brenda? I appreciate you for the super chat, the 20 ball. Bad Habits in the building says, when and where do you think society took a turn for the kids to end up like this? Late 90s, early 2000s, 2010s. I just think it started getting real messed up. When people that didn't have fathers started having children, then we start overly trying to compensate and gentle parent. Thomas Taylor says, happy 27th anniversary to me and my wife, Shannon. God is good. Hey, yeah, happy anniversary. Keon says, thanks, bro. I keep telling folks, no one that's a part of the alphabet community is 100% broke risk. Attraction to the opposite is innate for all of us. Facts. AR is back, says, I love Mama Daniels. What up, AR is back? Chase the Alpha says, I grew up ducking bullets and losing friends as a teen, but these suburban kids are saying they have anxiety and depression. Yeah, we grew up with PTSD, and they talking about they got anxiety, getting medicated. Josh says he came out the car looking like Freddie Jackson, and and here's the worst part, I caught the bus to hang out with them chicks. Just Christian Black says, what up, though? What up, Just Christian Black? Country Boy Finesse in the building says, need that call, AD, having a hard time moving funds to the market as savings. Really? All right, I got you, bro. Jarius Phillips says, please play some Sade, AD, please. I was thinking about Sade. I didn't know if y'all deserve Sade, though. I didn't know if y'all deserve Sade. We got to move on, though. We got to move on. I'm going to take that into consideration. Feels like you're like, feels like no paradise. Yeah, I hate gentle parenting too. We got to go over to Chicago, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure again that y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Nothing more pleasurable than telling you that I told you so. There's nothing more pleasurable than telling you that I told you so, but I told you so.
Chicago Public Schools is facing a painful math problem. They've got a $732 million budget gap, and now leaders are proposing some major staff cuts, more than 700 teachers and more than 800 paraprofessionals. NBC5's Randy Gyllenhaal live tonight at CPS headquarters with what this could mean for students when classes start back up in the fall. Randy?
Well, Stephan, as you mentioned, Chicago Public Schools working to close that massive budget deficit.
He tried to act like I didn't see it. Let me back up. He got a whole kufi on the top of his head. They tried to act like I didn't see it. They gonna walk first. Bro, it's time. Listen. For all of my guys, before we start to get to Chicago, for all of my guys, let it go. Either go and get the surgery, right? Either go and get the needles, the surgery, let them take it off the back, put it on the top, fill in your colics. Either get the surgery or let it go. Either get the surgery or let it go. You can't have a whole hole on the back of your head like this. I don't know why, because I be actually watching the videos. And so I pay attention to things that other people don't pay attention to. You got to let it go, or you got to spend some money and get the surgery and get this complete. You can't be walking around with a hole on the top of your head as a man, especially for white, Latino, Arabic, light-skinned men. Oh, it's worse for y'all because y'all have this, because it stands out more. It doesn't blend in as well. You know what I'm saying? Let it go, bro.
Just start back up in the fall, Randy.
Well, Stefan, as you mentioned, Chicago Public Schools working to close that massive budget deficit. They additionally have billions of dollars in long-term debt as well. However, the teachers union here in Chicago is calling the layoffs reckless.
Every impact hurts. These are real people.
In a virtual presentation announcing the cut-down budget, Chicago Public Schools said more than 1,000 teachers and staff will not be brought back in the coming year.
This process is painful for everyone all the way around.
School CEO Dr. Macklin King said cost-cutting is underway, freezes and efficiencies, plus 5 furlough days added for teachers. By the numbers, it's nearly a $10 billion budget, but CPS is $9 billion in debt. This budget adds no new debt, but 760 teachers would be laid off and about 800 paraprofessionals, some of them could be brought back.
We anticipate that the majority of these teachers and ESP, education support personnel, will be rehired in the district, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that that happens.
But the Chicago Teachers Union, in a letter to the district, calling the budget dead on arrival, though some teachers already got notice.
I've seen people starting to post already that they've lost their positions. I've seen quite a few special education teachers.
Talking about college and career coaches, just today I heard of a dance teacher on the west side who was let go.
CTU says they want state lawmakers to step in Springfield with more funding to avert drastic cuts.
We know that there's been talk about special sessions for data centers, for sports teams. I think it's time for the biggest mega project to be fully funding our schools, fully supporting our school communities.
Well, the next step here, the budget will go through some public hearings with a vote possible in front of the school board July 30th. Stefan?
Randy Gyllenhaal in the loop tonight. Randy, thank you so much.
We heard Alderman Cicho Lopez just now mention this. It's a nearly $10 billion budget, but the school district had to cut about $732 million. That's the situation for CPS. Brett Bagansky's live in Studio 32. And Brett, this is happening as classes start up again in about a month.
Yeah, absolutely. The time is very, very important here. We just had this meeting wrap up within the last hour where we heard from Dr. Macklin King and other top Chicago Public Schools officials explain why they're laying off hundreds of employees within the district. But there seems to be a conflict about the number of people who are going to be impacted by these layoffs here. So we found out just minutes ago that 162 central office staffers are going to be laid off for this coming school year. So right now there's going to be 5 furlough days for all CPS employees starting in January. That's going to be in the second semester. So those are going to happen on non-instructional days. So there's also going to be a district-wide mid-year spending freeze. And minutes before this presentation, the Chicago Teachers Union sent Fox Chicago a statement saying up to 1,000 of their members are going to be laid off and several positions are just not going to be filled. However, CPS says it's adding more special education teachers and support staff as more as bilingual teachers because they said it's what students need right now.
You know why they added more bilingual teachers? You want to know why they add more bilingual teachers? You know how messed up the system is? Is because they had an influx of illegal migrants that are now in the Chicago school system that cannot speak English. They have an influx of teachers that they need because the students don't know how to speak English. So now Chicago is looking to lay off up to 700 teachers. Y'all not hearing what I'm saying. Chicago is looking to lay off up to 700, almost 200 of them have already been let go. If you are a part of the school board, if you are over there in Chicago, hit me up. Come kick it with your boy. Come and talk to Time Dog so you can give me some more insight, because I don't have nobody in Chicago. I got some people in different departments and different spaces. I don't have nobody on the school board. I don't have no teachers in Chicago to give me some insight. You can stay confidential. I want you to become my informant, all right? But they are literally, I don't know of a city that is in more shambles, a major city that is in greater shambles than Chicago right now. I don't. I don't know if there's a worse ran major city than Chicago. Honestly. I get stories from other cities that I need to address that I cannot address because I have to address what is going on in Chicago because it is so egregious and it is so crazy. Man, y'all don't know how many videos that I opt not to react to about the killings in Chicago, about losing the Bears, losing their sports teams, budget woes, Illinois, teacher layoffs, $130 million over budget in the first half of the year of the budget that they approved. Upcoming $1.2 billion budget deficit for next year. Don't own they city streets. How can I not address something Chicago related when I wake up in the morning and I look at my email or I look at my text messages and somebody say, hey man, they laying up to 700 teachers. They're trying to lay off 700 teachers over in Chicago. What am I supposed to do? How am I not supposed to address this? Y'all are $750 million. Chicago Public Schools has a 10. Chicago Public Schools has a $9.88 billion budget. Not the state. The school system has let's just round it off, a $10 billion budget. That's insane. That is absolutely, it's wild. It is a wild situation. It is insane. This is pure. Bet. Shout out to you. It is pure insanity. Every year they have a $10 billion budget deficit and they don't know how to manage their resources. And this is why I say you can't just throw money at problems and think that it's going to go away. Y'all are paying an absurd amount of taxes. An absurd amount of taxes. And y'all can't figure it out. They can't figure it out. How is this a thing, y'all? Every year, 10 B's, not M's, B's on the B's on the table. B's on the table. and they short 700, hold on, get the exact number, $732 million structural deficit. So now the district is reducing staffing affecting about 760 teachers, 801 teacher aides. 760 teachers and 801 teacher aides. 5 furlough days have been proposed for all employees on non-student attendance days between January and June. They got a spending freeze, a mid-year district-wide spending freeze is included to curb access costs. Special education is deep cuts. The budget aims to add more than 900 special education teachers because they need bilingual teachers. And the union is saying it's dead on arrival. So now, what's probably going to happen, right, is before the school year starts, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a strike of some sort. Listen to me now. You're hearing it here first. I'm pretty sure that there's going to be a strike of some sort in Chicago because this is egregious. This is absolutely, positively crazy. I've never seen a city this big do this bad this fast. And let me throw in there, I told you so.
The budget that we have presented is one that does its absolute best to address the very diverse needs of our students. And so we center this budget around the students and the needs that they have in this given moment. And we welcome any table with all of our labor partners to work through after this budget is passed to ensure that we are making sure that our students are set up for success and to help us advocate for more funding as they clearly are doing. We want to join them because we know that there's a huge need at the second half of the year.
So there's still a possibility that Chicago Public Schools is looking for more funding, and they certainly indicated that they need help from lawmakers, both at the state, federal, and even the local level here in Chicago for more money. But they talked about why they're facing this budget deficit. They said that the state and federal funding is not keeping up with the demand, even though that they have 45,000 fewer students than they did compared to 2019. But they also talked about how there's...
And y'all got 45,000, listen, 45,000, not 450, not 4,500. Y'all got 45,000 less students, a higher budget, and y'all don't know how to put this together.
Just more expensive, not only with the labor agreements, but also the aging infrastructure in their building. A lot of that money that is used to try to repair and maintain some of these buildings, they said that money would have necessarily gone to the classroom. But also keep in mind, you had billions of dollars in COVID relief money that is now just dried up here. So certainly CPS is looking for a potential lifeline. Otherwise, we're looking at some very, very tough decisions for this next school year, Terrence.
Yeah, all those decisions will affect so many kids. Brett, thanks so much.
Oh, man, Chicago. And guess who's going to be the ones that suffer as a result of it? The students. Kids. Kids don't know nothing about no budgets. They don't know nothing about none of that. The kids are going to be the ones that suffer as a result of it. And so if y'all want to know what's going on and if you want to have a conversation, then we're going to have to be 100% real about it. If you want to know what's going on, because see, again, y'all easily distracted by national politics, but you pay no attention to what's going on in your local communities. What's up, Carrie? Y'all pay no attention to what's happening in your local communities at all. Y'all don't vote. Y'all don't participate, but it's not until Anton brings it to the forefront of the congregation and everybody want to start to act like they concerned all of a sudden. What do you mean? That's that whole wildfire smoke. That's what it looked like out here. Can't see nothing in the air. Can't see a god dog thing out there. Can't see nothing. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Wait, but before we go to the super chats, let me make sure that I help y'all to understand what other problems is awful. And again, I had to tap into some sources to better understand what was going on, but we already seen this coming. And I told y'all what? That Brandon Johnson had already lost the police department. Again, make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
This one's considered a gold standard poll from the University of Chicago, and it's providing an education on how badly Chicagoans view Brandon Johnson and how steep that climb is going to be for his reelection.
The revival and the resurrection of the city of Chicago.
The city that delivered him victory 3.5 years ago is delivering a starkly different message now. Polling out today from the Mansueto Institute for Urban Innovation at the University of Chicago shows just 13% of Chicagoans want Mayor Johnson to run again.
Should be 0.
58% of Chicagoans say they're not excited by another campaign. His job approval now at 23%. That's down 2 ticks since December.
He needs some really big victories very quick.
Former Alderman Dick Simpson watches the Chicago political landscape closely.
This isn't just like whites unhappy with him. This is across all racial groups. And that makes it much more difficult. 50% of the people on the South Side don't think he should run for re-election.
When we sat down with Johnson in May, he did not want to talk poll numbers, which at that time were 10 points better than they are now. Your poll numbers don't give you pause for concern.
Why are you worried about that?
I'm just asking you.
I've already expressed that, though. Here's what I'm like.
Okay, but I mean, you are both a government leader and you're a politician, and we're talking about the vocabulary of politics,
and
which
I'm
is
talking
poll
about, and
numbers.
I'm talking about the people of the city of Chicago.
I understand.
And their ability to feel safe and affordable in their communities.
Let me tell you something. If you don't think that he wants to become mayor for another term, you're out of your mind and you're smoking crack. He absolutely wants to keep his seat. He absolutely wants to run for mayor again, but he's not sure that he feels he can win. He's not sure that he can win. So he doesn't want to throw his hat in the ring to embarrass himself. That's why he doesn't want to make an announcement, or he doesn't want to officially run for another term, because he knows he messed up. He messed up royally. So now, and again, I want to be very clear. I think that y'all deserve him because I said it. I said it in the very beginning. I said, listen, bro, and this was years ago. I said, listen, if y'all elect Brandon Johnson, if you elect Mayor Mohawk, if y'all get him in that seat, you're going to pay dearly. You're going to pay dearly. You are going to really, really catch an L, and this is not the time to be playing identity politics. This is not the time to be doing diversity, equity, and inclusion with your city, with your children's education, with your safety. This is not the time. Listen, when you want leadership, you have to look at it like a relationship. And maybe this will resonate with you more, because obviously just talking about, hey, you want better representation, you want to get a better mayor, you need to stop looking at it based off of identity politics and all of that. Because usually people do that when times are good and they have the autonomy to be able to go through politics and mess up a bunch of stuff and still play games and still come out on the other side okay, right? These are dire times in these cities. So what I'm telling you is, in that instance, you have to look at it from a completely different lens, and I'm going to explain it to you. If you are, I'm going to break it down from both a man and a woman's perspective. If you're a woman, right, when you out in the streets and you're doing your thing and you're getting involved with people that you probably shouldn't get involved with, but it's a fun time, right? It's a good time. But you know you can recover from it. You hope that you can recover from it by messing around with people that you shouldn't even be with. But ultimately, the guy that you want to marry or be in a relationship with, you want a strong leader. And so you don't pick the person based off of identity politics. You pick the person based off of characteristics that will lead them to hopefully be a good father, hopefully be a good provider, hopefully be a great spiritual leader, and hopefully will stand up to your monkey head when you get out of line to put you back in line, because that's what masculinity does. That's a part of what provision and protection looks like. Am I off? When you want somebody to head the company, because see, if it's a large corporation, then you think that you kind of insulate it. But if you're looking for somebody and you worried about your industry, let's say you was in the steel industry in the 90s, or you was a part of the union for the auto industry in the 2000s, right? When things start getting a little turbulent and you start paying, hey, hold on, wait, are we getting laid off? What's sales doing? You want somebody in there that knows what they're doing, that can steward the ship and somehow, some way save the company. You get away from identity politics and you start paying attention to the numbers. You know why? Because I got to feed my family and I got to take care of things at the end of the day. All of this performative bull nonsense goes away. It all goes away. You know why? Because it's a different type of conversation when you're talking about affecting me directly, my pocketbook. Your rent, your money, your resources, your property taxes, your schools, your safety. Everything is on the table. Y'all have too much invested inside of your community, your home alone. You have too much invested in your kids' future for you to be taking this lightly. This ain't no game. This is real life. For God's sakes, you got a man with a mohawk running the whole city. He has a mohawk. He don't take himself serious. You shouldn't judge people based off of what they look like. Why? We do it at a regular job. If you came into an interview with a mohawk, we're going to be looking at you like, hey, man, this nigga, he's not taking us serious. Got a mohawk on in the interview. Dress how you want, do what you want to do inside of a job interview and see how that plays out. So when you don't have the same standards for the people that you are allowing, y'all let a geography teacher come in here and run the biggest city in the Midwest. A teacher whose platform was based off of defunding the police. What did you think was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen? The only reason they let him speak at the Democratic National Convention is because they had it in Chicago. And they gave him the worst time to speak. The Democrats didn't like him. But they already had signed up to do the Democratic National Convention in Chicago. He had no prominent speaking time, but they had to give it to him because it was in his city. So how did you think that this was going to play out? The police officers, when a police officer got killed in Chicago, when the family said, man, the police officer said, we don't even want him to come to the funeral. If the very ones that serve and protect y'all don't even want him to come to the funeral, what do you think that looks like for you? So we just go and we vote down ballot. Oh, no. We're going to have a conversation today. We go and we vote down ballot, but you don't do that for anything else in your life. For the man that you want to provide for you, for the job that you go and vote, you go and research the job. You go and look at the company. Hey, how do they treat their employees? Man, is this a hard place to work for? Hey, man, go and look at that site where we can actually go and listen to former employees talk about it. Y'all vet everything. Everything. Your children has to go and sit in their classrooms for 6 and 7 and 8 hours out of the day. And you don't think it's a good idea to vet the people that even the children, when they go to college, they go to rate my professor and they go on to figure out, okay, wait a minute, I'm not just going to sign up for this class. Let me go and check out who the professor is. But you don't even go and figure out who the person is that's running the whole city. He got control over your taxes, got control over the safety, got control over what's going on with the teachers, got control over the budget, got control over whether or not they're going to have shot spotter, got control over the police department. And y'all was just like, hey, man, let's just wing it. Not a big deal. Let me look up some stats real quick. Voter crazy. Check this out. In an executive summary in Chicago's 2023 mayoral race, this is what it says. Chicago's 2023 mayoral race, a progressive victory amidst shocking low turnout by Black and Latino voters. 70% of Asian voters turned out. Check this out. This is the wow. I got to show it to you because you're not going to believe that I'm saying that is true unless I actually show it to you in real time. Let me tell you what our community, this is why I don't take none of y'all serious. Don't take you serious. Don't trust you as far as I can throw you. Brandon Johnson's election this past April as Chicago's new mayor has been hailed across the country as an electrifying victory by progressive Democrats, but a detailed analysis of vote tallies and turnout conducted by Juan Gonzalez and Matthew Wilson of Great Cities Institute finds a startling gap in voter turnout continues to persist along racial and ethnic lines in Chicago. A review of all 1,300 voting precincts throughout the city found that a mere 29% of Black voters and just 20% of registered Latino voters cast a ballot in the April runoff, a far lower figure, this is not the worst part, a far lower figure than the 61% of Chicago's registered white voters who turned out. But it gets worse. Further estimates that 54% of Latinos who did participate in the runoff cast their ballots for Johnson's opponent, Paul Vallis. as did 70% of Asian voters. So 70% of Asian voters voted for Paul Vallas. All right, let's continue. Johnson achieved his slim victory by capturing 88% support from black voters. Johnson achieved his slim victory by capturing 88%. So of you that did vote, which is the same as what we've seen during the presidential election, of you that did vote, 88% of black people that did even go to the polls voted for Brandon Johnson. So, how are we supposed to take this? Because we know how y'all gonna vote. We know that y'all going Democrat all the way, preferably a black Democrat. If we could have got a woman on there with a mohawk, oh yeah, I forgot. Y'all had one, Lori Lightfoot. So you got it wrong with Lori. You got it wrong with Brandon because you keep focusing on identity politics instead of focusing on what could possibly be the best for the city. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. 88%. 88%. And that's how he won. So now, what are we to say? How are we to take this? What should we do to... Hold on, I'm not done. We're going to go back to the video. There's more. There's more. There's more here.
Leader and you're a politician, and we're talking about the vocabulary of politics,
and
which
I'm
is
talking
column
about, and
numbers.
I'm talking about the people of the city of Chicago.
I understand.
And their ability to feel safe and affordable in their communities.
The poll says there is excitement for two would-be mayors. Secretary of State Alexi Giannoulias, who has yet to declare, coming in at a 52% on the so-called excitement scale. State Comptroller Susana Mendoza, who has declared a mayoral run, at 47%. Late today, the mayor saying he's still not sure about his political future.
Look, I have not made, any, declaration or timeline around, when I'll make my intentions clear.
Simpson says this poll may give Johnson pause before actually entering the race and may give some of those on the sidelines a fresh reason to run. In the Loop, Chris Ty, CBS News, Chicago.
Watch this.
Over the last 3 years, nearly so, that Larry Snelling was the top cop here in Chicago. He established a reputation as one of the most popular and respected superintendents this city has had in recent memories. Today, he leaves on his own terms, but to a great deal of praise. Larry Snelling wanted to leave without fanfare, but many officers who served under him had a different idea and gathered outside Public Safety Headquarters to give him a celebratory send-off this afternoon. An all-call on the police scanners also paid tribute.
Superintendent Larry Snelling, star number 198. Since 1992, you have served this department with honor and integrity and have dedicated your life to the city of Chicago.
Across town at City Hall, members of the City Council reflected on Snelling's retirement.
It's a sad day in the city of Chicago. Superintendent Snelling put Chicago back in a place where we could be proud of policing, where we could actually work together, and he got it because he was...
Yes, Wesley Turner. Wesley Turner says he quit. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. He didn't get fired. Over the last 3 years, he said, enough is enough. I'm done. Boss. I's done, boss. Yes, he did. He got the heck up out of there ASAP. He said, listen, I'm not about to continue to deal with this nonsense. I'm not about to be losing no sleep working with this administration. I'm not going to continue to put my life on the line for these people. And I'll tell you another thing. Every single person that I know that is a part of the police force, and I know several, and they keep telling me that they know people inside of the police force that are looking for a way out. They looking for a way out. They want out. They want out. All right, I got you, Mr. Swain. They want out. Man, listen. He's lost the very people that protect the very people that are in Chicago. Both the top cop and the lower ranks. They want out. You know how insane this is, y'all? I'm telling you. I warned y'all. I'm telling you what's going to happen in the future. It's going to get worse. It's going to get significantly worse for the people that are in Chicago. Y'all have a long road ahead of you. You got a hell of a ride ahead of you.
From the community.
Snelling rose up through the ranks, heading up the Bureau of Counterterrorism before he was selected to lead the department nearly 3 years ago. During his tenure, violent crime went down every year. He successfully led the city's safety efforts during the Democratic National Convention. And during the city council meeting, the chairman of the Police and Fire Committee taking a moment to recognize Snelling, calling him an impeccable leader.
When we look at it 2025 alone, our city experienced some of the lowest crime rates since 1965 in several decades. And that's attributed to his leadership and his dedication to this city.
He was a great leader, one that I could call a true role model. He modeled humility, empathy, compassion, and that's why the numbers are down, because he led from his heart and used his hands to build neighborhoods. And so we have a gap to fill, one of which, again, he set a standard that will never be repeated in the history of Chicago.
There will be a nationwide search for Snelling's replacement, and some alders expressed concern that with the mayoral election next year and the superintendent serving at the pleasure of the mayor, it could impact the field of interested candidates.
The concern that we're not going to be able to attract quality candidates because they're not going to want to wade into a temporary situation fraught with politics, there's some truth to that. We'll have to see who applies. It's still a desirable job, and I think we will get some good candidates.
Snelling has not announced his future plans, but he's only 57 years old, and with his resume and his reputation, he could probably write his own ticket for whatever he might want to do post-police career. He will be remembered as one of Chicago's top cops.
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's going to be a rough go. It's going to definitely be a rough go. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm watching. Oh, man, I'm watching. Yes, I'm watching. 100% I'm watching. All right, y'all. We are at the halfway mark. I am going to read some of the super chats, and then we're going to take a small chronic break. That's what he said on. I'm not actually about to go smoke. That's what they said on the Dog Pound album. Actually, on Snoop's album. Gonna take a pause for this small chronic break. Yeah. Cute Executive Suite, Emily in the building says, AD risked it all once upon a time for a couple of chicks who got big off of a pig. Internet is slang for internet. Who coming to DC? Everybody. Everybody gonna be in DC. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says that Ross drop at midnight. You saw the track list? I didn't. I might review it on Saturday though. Or maybe I'll review it on Friday. Because I ain't gotta worry about a Friday show. Wesley Turner says AD with the all CNI hole on bro's head. Yeah. TS says 80 at ball spot for the white folks is a style thing. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Wesley Turner says they'll do everything but defund the illegal migrants. Eli, what up, Eli Saul? What up, Big Dog? Says still be suckers that vote for B. Johnson. Shaking my head. All Natural in the building says, is Johnson owned by the Chinese Communist Party? Who owns this creature? Black people. AD, we got to see how we can profit from this ASAP, says Wesley Turner. Prometheus says, Chicago is garbage, AD, my hometown. Chris Cunningham says, Snelling might run for mayor. I doubt it. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. They said it wasn't none of that going on. They said it was all people that was about getting money. They said it was all people that was about running up a bag. That's what they said. That's what they said. So, you know, I could be off. I could be off, but I think that, you know, it may have been a thing, man. It may have been a thing. And I'm trying to understand that I really, really, really miss out. You know what I'm saying? That I really miss out, that I should not have been there. What's going on? You know? I don't know. Let me see if this audio is right.
5, 7.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So let me make some adjustments. I appreciate y'all for rocking out with me. I am going to read Super Chat shortly. Let me get this right before we rock out with that, though. You know what? One of the things that I'm going to ask the chat tonight, I'm going to tell y'all one of the questions that y'all can look forward to. Here's a question that I have. Should prostitution be legalized?
Right now.
Let me ask a question right now. I'm going to ask it again. I'm asking it to the chat because I want to get y'all opinion on this whole conversation. Because that's where we're going with this next story. Down in Miami, should prostitution be legalized? I see a lot of no's, a lot of yes. Oh, y'all mixed. I see the women saying yes, some saying no, yes, no, yes, no. No. I'm not talking about just in Vegas. I'm not talking about just over this place, over that place. Should prostitution be legalized across the board? Like, in general. Make it legal, allow for people to have a red light district, tax it, no longer arrest anybody that decide that they want to embrace the prostitution lifestyle. Women, men. It would also reduce any trafficking charges that could possibly come at the hands of whatever. Should prostitution be legalized in that way? I think it's a good question. I have my opinion, obviously, and I think that it should be an interesting conversation tonight. But I think that that's going to be one of the questions that I pose. Should prostitution be legal? And if so, what does that look like? And if not, why not? Substantiate your argument. That'll be one of the questions for tonight. Because down in Miami, they actually had a prostitution sting, and they arresting a lot of these chicks out of these parlors. And so we about to evaluate that and start going into that. All right. Let me get this up. Let me empty the trash can. Remember, make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. And then last but not least, we do have a Patreon live stream that is happening this weekend. I do have a video that I'm dropping for y'all also. And we doing a meetup on the 25th in DC, and the more details is going to come from that inside of the Patreon. I just want to make sure that we don't have no dusties rocking out with us, but we going to get there, all right? All right, let's get to it. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
Right now at 5, at least 7 women are arrested as part of an undercover prostitution sting in Miami-Dade County. Investigators say the women all worked at massage parlors but offered deputies services that crossed the line. CBS News Miami's Manuel Bojorquez is your reporter live in Southwest Miami-Dade breaking down the arrests. Manny.
Well, Lauren, these are the type of massage parlors that you see at strip malls across South Florida, including the one right here behind me. The woman who was arrested here faced a judge today.
Good morning, ma'am.
60-year-old Lu Ping Yi is one of the women accused of offering a sexual act for money yesterday to an undercover Miami-Dade sheriff's deputy at the Oriental Massage on Southwest 40th Street. The parlor was closed today when we stopped by for a comment. It was not the only one hit.
You were arrested for practicing with healthcare profession without a license, engaging in prostitution, and an unnatural or lascivious act.
An undercover officer said Jun Yu did the same thing at a parlor on Southwest 24th Street, which also was closed when we visited. In the end, at least 6 massage parlors have been implicated in the undercover bust, and at least 7 women have been arrested. At Lotus Spa Miami on Southwest 88th Street in Kendall, 2 women ended up in handcuffs, including Yuda Zhuj. The public defender said the charge of practicing without a license should not apply to her because she does have one, to which the judge replied,
But I don't think that massage license is for her to offer somebody sexual services.
This woman had a private attorney argue she should be released on bond.
She lives in Delray Beach, Florida, Your Honor. She has no priors, there's 0 allegations of violence.
The 16. And the women did get bond. Some of them have immigration holds, meaning they're suspected of being in the country illegally. And we should note that even though this did not come up in today's proceedings, often women arrested in these circumstances could be victims of human trafficking. We're live in Southwest Miami-Dade. Manuel Bojorquez.
Let me say this, bro, before we even start to have this conversation. Y'all taking down anything at this point. Like, I get it when you was a horny toad, when you was a teenager and you probably stuck it in anything that you can find with a hole in it. Man, listen, bro. Y'all are taking down anything, bro. I'm straight. I'm good. I don't need some young hole. I'm good, bro. I'm good. So the second thing that I would have to say about this is, who don't know just asking a question, when y'all ride past these Oriental places, right? These massage parlors, because see, they're different. They got the type of massage parlors where it's like, oh yeah, send me to the spa today in order to get a massage, right? You send a chick there, she getting a massage, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Things going, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be straight. And then it's the massage parlors. Now, if you sit in front of this massage parlor for any more than 20 minutes, it's pretty clear. Like, it's very, very clear. It's very apparent that, first of all, I don't see any women going in here at all, right? The second thing is just in a random strip mall and it's a Thai massage or something stupid like that, right? And then the third thing is every man that goes in there, They don't look like the type of men that just get regular massages. Who goes? Who goes and just get a regular massage on their lunch breaks? Hey, bro, what you about to do? Y'all going out to lunch today? Nah, I'm going to get a massage. From the Thai massage place, you know. We just going to get a massage. It's no big deal, right? We just going to get a regular massage. I had a restaurant, my first restaurant that I opened. And next to it, I just called her some young hoe. I forgot what her name is. She told me what her name, and I'm going to tell you, very nice woman. Incredibly nice woman that you would interact with on a daily basis. And I would see her, and she was, oh, hi. You know, when we was building the restaurant, she said, you open up soon? Type of food. Oh, no, not have soul food before. Not soul food before. Now, here's the key, right? Because obviously, I knew what was going on. I knew what to pay attention to. I knew what to observe. But it's a difference when you actually see it in action. And so one night, because, you know, we building it and all of this other type of stuff. And so one night, once the restaurant was open, or really it was early in the morning, but I'm going to just say nighttime, because one of the things that I used to do was I had to wait till the oil from the fryers, the temperature went down, and then I would go in and I would actually change the fryer oil super early in the morning, because I still had to go to work. I still had to go to corporate. I still had to do all of my vlogs. I had to do all of this stuff, right? So sometimes I would just go really late at night, or I would stay after I would come in after the restaurant closed, and I would do all of the things that needed to be set up, right? I would pull the registers, change the fryer oil, make sure that everybody did what they needed to do, check the cameras, you know, any repairs that needed to be done. I would go in and take care of business. And so in the back, right, in the back door, actually, I think I might have to be able to, let me see something. Close that out. I might even be able to give y'all a visual of what was going on. So the first restaurant that I ever opened up, oh, that's the alley. Can't go to the alley. Gotta get out of the drive-thru. All right. So the first restaurant that I ever built, let me share my screen with you guys really quickly. First restaurant that I ever built was out this way. All right. So Busy Corridor was out here. It's Telegraph and Huron. So across the street, this was a Rite Aid over here. Right? It was a Rite Aid over here. Whole Mattress. And then you had the Walgreens across the street. Right? And then over here, this wasn't an Appliance for Less. This was something else, but it was a Snipes over here. So a very busy corner. Bell Tire over there. This is now a storage lot, but it used to be a bunch of different stores over here. Cash or whatever. So my place was here. Right there. So actually, on this Google map, you can still see my restaurant sign, right? This is the restaurant. This actually used to be a cash advance place. And this was the very first restaurant that I opened, right? And next to it was the Sun Spa. So now, when I tell my stories, I can give you guys a visual of, you remember? Oh, you remember that place? Some of y'all actually came up there to see me. Some of y'all actually came and bought food, all of that type of stuff. Yes, this was Tom Dog's restaurant, one of the restaurants. My very, very first restaurant that I built, spent a bunch of money actually doing it. All of that type of stuff, right? But to give you an idea, so when we would come in, right? Let me see what cars is in the parking lot. Yep, that's my Lexus. This is actually my Lexus that I used to drive and that I would take up, that I used to drive on a daily basis. This is crazy. So the Google car was driving by when my Lexus was here. I actually remember buying this Lexus. Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. See, a lot of people think I'll be capping. A lot of people think I just be talking, I be capping. They don't remember liberal time. They don't remember liberal time. Liberal time, I put my whole life on the internet. Yep.
They switched it up in 16. They completely redesigned the front, the back, and the interior. So, still got that bulletproof 3.0.
Yeah, this is really nice. This is kind of dope. Yep. This is the Lexus that I bought back then. Went through, bought the Lexus. This is the exact car. It's so tripped out to see it. I love this car. I loved this Lexus. Anyways, that's the exact Lexus right there. This is the Lexus. All right. But anyways, so back to what I was saying. So right here is a sun spa. Now, if you go around the corner a little bit, you actually might be able to go through the alley. This is the back door. All right. This is the back door right here. So over here, this is where they used to take the girls out at night. Now, I wasn't able to see that until I came in one late night. One late night, I'm coming in, and I pull up, and I went to, change the fryer oil and all of that stuff, and I go out the back door, and I see at least 7 girls. At least 7 girls was being taken out the back, and they was put into a van. Now, I don't know if they was being trafficked. I don't know what was going on. But it was like, and they only took them out at night. It's like 7 different girls. Yep. 7 different women, trafficked them out, and it was bringing them over to the Sun Spa. Now, I don't know what this is today. I don't know what this is because eventually, obviously, the FBI and the police and all of this other type of stuff, they wanted to make some arrests. But here was the interesting part about this whole conversation is that we used to have this joke and laugh because we used to watch the guys take the walk of shame. And it was one guy that I used to play poker with, and I seen him coming in there. He used to take the walk of shame. Yes, he did. It's the guys, and I never seen a woman. I never seen a woman, not one time that I ever seen a woman come in the Sun Spa. And look at it. They got the blinds down and all of this stuff. I never seen a woman, not one time, go in the Sun Spa and get a massage. Ever. But I used to see guys come in there, get their happy endings, and get it popping on a regular basis. And we would see them take a walk of shame. And they would walk in and they would kind of keep their head down. And some of them would wear sunglasses. And then others of them would just kind of walk in really, really quickly. And they would be in there for I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. And they would come out and they would hurry up and get in the car and they would go off on their way. No, they wouldn't park in a corner. They would just park further over in the parking lot. They wouldn't park like right here, but they would park like over here somewhere. They would park over here somewhere, and then they would take the walk of shame. Oh, this is when it was a cash advance. Yep, it was a cash advance. And then eventually it turned into the kitchen, baby. That was when it was a cash advance. But yeah, they would take the walk of shame and they would get it popping. And, you know, they would get rub one out or whatever like that. And then they would get it up. They would get it popping. And they would get Some Young Hall.
And the women did get bond. Some of them have immigration holds, meaning they're suspected of being in the country illegally. And we should note that even though this did not come up in today's proceedings, often women arrested in these circumstances could be victims of human trafficking. We're live in Southwest Miami-Dade. Manuel Bojorquez, CBS News.
I would just be too scared. Like, listen. In my opinion, there's no shortage of box. There's no shortage of box that is available. I'm not about to get embarrassed, bro. I'm never, ever, ever. First of all, them women is ugly. Them women is hit, bro. Second of all, what if the police come in and raid the spot and you just so happen to be there and you get arrested? Now you got a record. You already a streamer, and so eventually you blow up on the stream, and then somebody go and pull up your record and they say, hey, man, you got arrested for prostitution. Hey, man, you got arrested for prostitution. What you doing, bro? I've always been too worried about my future to commit crimes, bro, to be getting caught up in a crime with something or somebody that I shouldn't be supposed to be with. I just couldn't. I already knew. I was just like, yo, I'm going to be big. I might run for mayor one day. I might run for governor. Who knows what my future could be. I may want to get another job in corporate America. And then what? Now my record is messed up because I had to get one rubbed out. All for some rub out? Nah, I couldn't do it, bro.
Miami.
Authorities have arrested 6 more women.
Look at them. Look at their faces.
An undercover prostitution bus at Miami.
Yo, the one in the upper right-hand corner looked like she got some herpes on her face or something. And listen, when you see these chicks, they're not the best looking women. They're not the ideal candidates that you want to go down for. Seriously, bro, they not. These are women that have been around the block 17,000 times. These women, you getting a rub out by one of these women is like, they used to have this company. Like, and it was like super, super cheap rental cars. And it was this rental car company that I rented a car from one time. And it was called Rent a Jalopy. I don't know if y'all ever known about this. It was a rental car company that was called Rent a Jalopy. I don't even know if they still exist. I don't think it exists no more. Oh, they changed the name. Maybe it does still exist. Maybe they changed the name. It's a car called Rent-A-Wreck. Basically, is that. So they take the cars that's just barely running, and Rent-A-Wreck, and they take the cars that's barely running, and literally it's to get you to and from, and that's it. Is I don't even know if some of them cars is legal. I don't even know if some of them cars is legal. If you was to compare these women to cars, these cars have been driven into the ground. These are not only salvage titles. I wouldn't feel safe that I would be able to make it out of there without something growing on me by the time I get out of there. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot, nah. Look at this. Look at this lineup. This is the second lineup, by the way. The first lineup, they've been cracking down on Asian massage places, Thai parlors, and all of this down there in Miami-Dade County. These are the second group of women that got arrested. Okay? See if I can get the first lineup. Yep, that's the first lineup. Bop, bop. Actually, she not bad looking right there. She probably just getting into the game, but she got some cold sores. There's a couple extra cold sores down here. So you got to watch out for that one. Got to get her some Valtrex. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is the first lineup. Lineup A. So, Jing-Un is new to the game. Jing-Zhu look like she might be a little more seasoned than Jing-Un. Yodi Zhuzh, she been in the game for a long time. Yiping Li, been around the block. Zhurong He, around the blocks. Now, Shumin Yu got a dog. Shumin Yu, oh my God. Shumin Yu, down there at the bottom in the middle, you risking it. You taking a chance. You going for it, and you playing Russian roulette. Shumin Yu is on crazy mode. And Yun Young Shin, you get what it is that you can get. All right? Now look at lineup 2. Look at him in court. Now look at lineup 2 is rough. Woo! The second string is looking crazy. Upper right is crazy, bro. Upper right, Shu Shen Yin and Ji Jing Chu. Upper right is crazy. Second string is wild, bro.
ABC6's Nico Clemens is live in Miami-Dade County. And Nico, we're now seeing one of those arrests?
Yeah, y'all going in there getting if you catch your husband in there getting a massage, like if you catch him cheating, not a big deal. If you catch him getting a massage by Susan Yu, divorce that nigga ASAP. He said, are these men blind? Yo, if you catch your man in a Thai massage spot in the hood, get rid of him. If you catch him just cheating on some regular chick type stuff, okay, well, you know what? That just fell in his lap. He had a moment of weakness. But if you catch him with Shu Shen Yung, he got a problem. Seriously. He got a problem. Because if he's saying, listen, I don't really want you, I want Shu Shen Yu, You probably need to have a deep conversation about spousal support and all of that type of stuff, bro. Seriously.
We are right here at Asian Wellness Spa in the Ives Estates community. They're closed today, Jackie, but yesterday deputies arrested a woman they say works here after sending an undercover officer in as part of an ongoing investigation. We'll show you the woman deputies arrested yesterday. This is 61-year-old Gang Hui Zhang. We actually got this video.
Nigga, you taking Gang Queen Zhang? Hey Siri, stop. Gang Wing Shang? You know how many people been with, bro, these are not young girls. These are not 20 and 30-year-old women. These are seasoned coaches and vets. This is Greg Popovich. This is the Greg Popovich of Asian wellness spas out here in these streets. Man, this is not Eric Spoelstra. This is not, none of this. This is Phil Jackson. Tony Dungy. This is Tony Dungy. And y'all out here catching. She got lesions on the side of her face? Aw, dog.
From a man who works at a barber shop next door. So Miami-Dade deputies, they're putting her in the back of their car. Again, she's now one of 20 women deputies have arrested at massage parlors since last Monday. The arrest forms say undercover deputies, they go inside the businesses posing as customers and ask for massages. And in most cases, investigators say the women touched the undercover officer inappropriately during the massage and offered prices for sexual acts. And so the arrest forms say the undercover officers would pay, and when the women started touching and fondling them, deputies moved in and put them in handcuffs. Spent a couple of hours out here this afternoon, talked with the business owner in the shopping plaza. She says even her daughter has tried to go to this massage parlor and try to get a massage here, but they have denied her.
Have this kind of the service, not legal, for sure. It's not like for families. So I feel like he, surprised.
The woman I just talked with, she says this is a family community, family-oriented community. Tons of families live in this area. The arrest forms also say that the women arrested, they also don't have licenses to give massages legally. Nico Clemens, NBC6.
Oh, man. Yeah, no. Of course they don't have no license. What do you mean? Giving massages legally. Man, get the heck out of here, bro. Get the heck out. I will say this, though. I will say this. Of all of the times that me and Sung Young Ho had conversations, she was a very nice lady. We would have conversations about the weather and stuff. They never, ever offered. They never said, oh, would you like complimentary massage? Oh, would you like complimentary? Oh, would you like to come take a nap? I've never, ever, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was like, yo, I respect the business owner or we neighbors or whatever. I never, ever got offered to come. Now, she did ask me to look at the door latch because they thought that somebody tried to break in one night or something like that. But they never, ever, ever was like, oh, would you like happy ending? Never, I don't know why. It's like, never, ever. No neighborly hugs, no none of that. She was older and all of that stuff. Never, I didn't feel cheated. I felt good about it. I felt good about it because when I seen the police come in and take everybody down, I was like, yep, shouldn't have been doing it. Never offer me anything. Oh, could you come look at my lock? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, yeah, you're going to probably need a repair person. Okay. How is everything going? Everything is going good. How's it going over there at the Sun Spa? Good. Slow today. Just relax. Oh, hi. Said, all right, some young. Make make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm. Turn on your notifications. Oh man. It's a weird time. It was a weird time. TS Car Wash and Detail Service says, rest in peace, Hal Williams from Sanford and Son. Rest in peace, Hal from Sanford and Son. Eric Williams says, what's good, AD? You know your girl Danny C is running for mayor in Chicago. I do. Shout out to Danny C. Danny might be too fine to be mayor of Chicago. She too fine. Let me tell you something. She just don't have it. Look, the thing about getting in the office is that you can't be too fine sometimes. You gotta pull back a little bit. She too easy on the eyes. Too fit. Cause when you had them type of women in those positions, you can't focus. I mean, you be like, you know what? You can't, bro. You can't focus all the way. She too bad. Too fine. Bro, I ran into her at the Republican thing in Washington, D.C. when I went out there for Trump's inauguration and stuff like that, bro. And she had that dress on. I was like, man, get me out of here, bro. That's my homegirl. I think that she dope. She got the right mentality, but all of our ads work. What y'all acting like? You acting like our ads don't work, like we don't see it. You could be nice looking, but you can't be too bad. Or you got to wait till you age up to where it's like, yeah, I bet she was bad as hell when she was younger. Got to wait till you age up. Niggas don't be able to focus. You know what I'm saying? Am I being too real right now? I shouldn't say my thoughts? Okay, don't worry about it. I'm going to go ahead and back off. Let me go ahead and back on up. Jarius Phillips in the building. What up, Jarius? I appreciate you, big dog. Prometheus says, we need to clone you, AD. Thank you. Love you, AD. I love you too, I appreciate you. They hate Whitey, but Beyonce has a blonde wig. Shout out to Prometheus. I appreciate you. Mr. Joe in the building says massive water main break has flooded West Hollywood. California, Santa Monica, and Sunset Boulevard has been flooded. I'm going to have to check that out. Marty E. McFly says, I bounce from Texas to Tennessee pretty frequently due to work, and I believe renting is a waste of money. If you were me, would you continue to rent or considering purchasing 2 condos? All right, first of all, I don't like condos because, first of all, I don't like association fees. I am not a fan of condos. That's number one. Number two, if it's for work, then you should be able to write off a lot of that, and I'm not going to get into it right here, but if it's for work, you should be able to write off a lot of that. And if it's not something that you're going to be permanently in, then why would you ever Why would you buy it? Nah, I wouldn't. Personally, I would not purchase 2 condos. I don't think that that's a smart move, big dog. TS Car Wash and Detail Services, Jay should have played Love the Dough. Facts. Nasty Stu says, so we can't get a happy ending now? Yeah, get it from the chick that you rocking with. Listen, y'all can get a happy ending for free. Why go pay for it? Bad Habit says the first one looking kind of good. Oh man, the first one looking kind of good. A little General Chow. Chicken and a happy ending ain't never hurt nobody. Y'all wild. Chase the Alpha in the building says 60. Who is going to the geriatric jerk shack? A lot of people. A lot of people. TS says you saw the Boosie situation hilarious. 600K. No, what's the Boosie situation? Tell me what happened so I can know whether or not I want to look at it or not. LV3 Adventure says, is this like a drug bust where you have to purchase the product in order to get arrested? Because that means officers needed to get a massage, right? Y'all wild. Wesley Turner says, one of my old bosses got caught up in a sting at one of those spots like 15 years ago. Casual Germ says, sometimes the right is the best friend. Okay. Said he got them Popeye the chick, Popeye the spinach man arms. AD, Robert Kraft's favorites. Long Way, ENT. What up, Long Way? Casual Germ says, fellas, most times your right hand is your best friend. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. I just can't do it. AR's back says, ninjas out here taking down tails from the Crypt Keepers now. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Wesley Turner says the cop shot some ropes before arresting them. Wyatt B says, I bet nobody getting time like P. Diddy. Chris Cunningham says that 60-year-old probably has a mean wrist. Man, y'all are wild. Y'all are wild. I want to revisit a conversation from the last couple of days. This story will not go away. It just won't go away.
The 16-year-old accused of 5 murders in East St. Louis will remain locked up after today's pretrial hearing that revealed horrific new details of the case. Authorities say the crimes stemmed.
I'm going to check out the Boosie situation in a second.
From a lover's murder plot.
5 family members of a 15-year-old girl were killed. 2 others were shot, including her mother. Fox News' Chris Hayes is in studio, and you have the messages, Chris, that police shared between this boyfriend and girlfriend.
Jasmine and Andy, from these reported Instagram messages detailing a hunt for family members to a severed thumb, prosecutors say was kept in a car's center console. This morning's pre-trial detention hearing revealed much more about the murders allegedly committed by 2 teen lovers. Prosecutors say the first murder was between July 5th and July 7th here at Samuel Gomper's homes. Cherie May was the first killed, found in a storage tote behind a dumpster. Prosecutors say Cherie's son and mother then came to find out why they weren't hearing from her. That's when Devin May reportedly walked in, surprised the teen lovers, and was shot and killed. Prosecutors say the 15-year-old girl then went to get Grandma, Patricia May, who was waiting in a car outside and was lured inside so that J. Meyer Davis could jump out of a closet and shoot her. Prosecutors say Davis admitted cutting off Grandma's thumb and using it to access her iPhone to steal money. In Illinois State Police.
You cut off Gam Gam's thumb so that you can get inside of her phone? Y'all cut off Gam Gam's thumbs after you lured her in, jumped out the closet, shot her to death, and then you cut her thumb off so you can get inside of her phone? Jesus! Have y'all ever went hunting before? This is Gam Gam right there. Y'all cut off Gam Gam's thumbs. Have y'all ever went hunting before? Let me tell you something, bro. You know how I knew that I wasn't really interested in having a career hunting thing? Because it's something that you get into, or it's something that you at least try if you have somebody in your family that's from the South. And my father and my uncle, obviously on my father's side, his brother, they were into hunting. And so, they was from the South. They was from Georgia. And so it was not uncommon for them to go hunting. They like guns, they like hunting and all of that. And so they used to take me and my younger cousin. My two other brothers wasn't into it, but I was more like my father. My two older brothers wasn't into it, but I was more into it because I was into, big game hunting and all of that type of stuff or whatever, right? And so, we went rabbit hunting and we went deer hunting. So when you go rabbit hunting, you have more of a shotgun. And when you go deer hunting, you have more of a rifle, right? But anyways, long story short, I realized that hunting wasn't for me when I finally got my first kill on a deer. So when you get your first kill on a deer, you actually have to gut it. Blood is, because you put it in the back of the pickup, the blood is spilling out of the back of the pickup. Obviously you get some tarps and stuff like that, but the blood is spilling out of the pickup. You wind up taking it over to the butcher or the chop house, and then they basically create all of the veal meat. They chop it up and all of that stuff, but you actually have to drag it and all of that stuff. And I said, I'm not interested. I like shooting. I'm not interested in gutting. I don't want to do all of that. I don't want to get into that, trying to get a buck and all that. I said, you know what? I'll do what I have to do, but I don't have to do it because I live in the city and I'm not in the South. I was born here in Michigan and I'm not born in Georgia, right? So I couldn't get into it. I was not interested because blood don't make me squirmish. All of that type of stuff don't make me squirmish, but I had no desire to be gutting a deer. It just wasn't my thing. They had to process it. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I could do it, but I wasn't interested in doing it. People that willing to cut Gam's thumbs off. When I hear stories of serial killers that are willing to chop up this person and they found her in a garbage bag, that whole David case, right? The David case. And they said that the chick was chopped up and put inside of the Tesla frunk. And I was just like, you have to be a different type of human being. Even when I think about morticians and people that work inside of a funeral home, those are different types of people. Those are different types of people. That's a different level of something in them that would allow for them to be able to do this type of thing. I can't do, that's not my calling. It's not my calling. It just isn't. It's not my calling. I'm not interested in it. I never wanted to become there's no amount of money that you can pay me to be a mortician. I know it's a job that has to be done, but it's not my type of job. There's no amount of money that you can pay me to just be hanging around dead people. There's no amount of money. EMS, police officers, y'all are special human beings. I truly appreciate you guys. When y'all get to the crime scene, and y'all got to put up the tape, or if y'all get caught to a scene and it's a dead body and it's been rotten for a little while, and the type of smell that comes from a dead body, you're different. Yep, I watched Dexter. You guys are different. You are a unique group of people that I think deserves praise and worthy, because the stuff that y'all see on a regular basis, I don't want to be associated with that. I can't. How do y'all go home and lay with the living when you're amongst the dead all day long? Listen. I don't care how much money. I don't care if it's 30 M's. I don't care if it's 100 M's. I am not going to be a mortician. I am not interested. I don't care. There is no amount of money that you can give me. You get to a point in life where money don't move you for certain things. For certain things, money don't move you. There are certain things in life that you can't pay me to do. Deal with dead bodies all day. Homosexuality. It's not an amount of money that you can give me. Ever. I don't care a billion, a million, a trillion. I don't care if you told me I can control all the money in the world. I'm not interested. I am not cool. I am very comfortable with just living the way that I live and getting it the way that I get it. I can't, bro. I cannot. Not interested. I don't care how much money you got. So to see teenagers actually doing it, and they went on a killing spree. They didn't do it one time. They got comfortable. All right, listen, you go lure Grant Gam in here, and we gonna kill her too. And then we gonna cut off her thumbs so that we can go and get her passcode to get in her iPhone to get some money. What? Ain't no amount of money you can give me.
Out of a closet and shoot her. Prosecutors say Davis admitted cutting off Grandma's thumb and using it to access her iPhone to steal money. An Illinois State Police rep spoke out at a news conference after the hearing.
This was tragic for both families. This is something that you don't normally deal with and see in this community.
Dr. Anita Bazil is ISP's high-risk communities public safety coordinator who spoke out surrounded by community leaders.
This is not a time for blame. We have to heal. This is tragic for our community. As a native of East St. Louis, I know we can do it. Maybe we can learn from this.
The level of alleged premeditation included Instagram messages read in court. Prosecutors said J. Meyer Davis wrote his girlfriend about shooting and stabbing a cousin, and that the teen girl answered, "I can do that. I love blood."
What? What type of teenagers are we dealing with here? I can do that. I love blood. This is the type of crime where you got to say, all right, y'all can't get out of prison ever. You can't get out of prison ever. The girl said that she can kill because she loved blood. Now, you know what the interesting part about this is? What if they had never got into a relationship and even killed their own family? And they just grew up to be adults and they're walking around like this every single day. Right? You know, I think about some things. And so let's say, for example, I'm out and about and it's the nighttime. I'm in a crowd of people, or I see a guy walking down the street or whatever, right? You know what I think to myself? I wonder what he'd do when he at home by himself. I wonder how many serial killers are walking around at night in this crowd. I wonder out of all of these people, how many of these people actually beat the hell out of the person that they laying next to every day. I wonder how many people probably got a kid strapped up inside of their basement somewhere. Because it's real. Because it happens. Because it's a real thing. It really does happen on a regular basis. There's some stuff, man. Listen, man. The person that you walk sitting at the bus stop with, man, they could be a straight up stone cold killer. A stone cold killer. And they're walking around every day, and it's like it's not a thing. It's not a big deal. Yeah, if y'all ever seen Clarice, Hannibal Lecter, Silence of the Lambs, and they was eating the person,
And then also messaged, "Babe, I'm finna lose my whole family for you."
You some kind of simp, my dog. Dog, listen. I've said some diabolical things in the heat of the moment to women. Under no circumstances am I willing to kill for you, or am I willing to lose my whole family for you. Under no circumstances. I've said listen, in the heat of the moment, especially in the middle, I done said too many I love you. You know I love you. I love you so much. I can't live without you. I've said some crazy things in the heat of the moment. Under no circumstances have I ever said I'm willing to lose my whole family for you, though. Hey, babe, I'm willing to lose my whole family for you. The air in Detroit is bad right now. Them wildfires, you can't see nothing. It's bad. It's bad right now, baby girl.
Family for you. Prosecutors say 4 family members were then shot at Jones Park. 2 died and 2 survived, including the 15-year-old girl's mother, and who police say owned the gun that had been stolen to commit the murders. It came out in court that mom reported her stolen gun to East St. Louis police, along with details of Instagram messages she said she saw between the 2 teen lovers, listing family members they intended to kill. Davis's defense said the truth will come out in trial, calling the killing self-defense and saying his client was hunted rather than being the hunter.
The text messages, the Instagram messages, those are just so chilling. And you saw the defendant, this 16-year-old, in the courtroom. How did he look? How did he appear?
Much younger than 16.
Huh.
And stared straight ahead for a lot of the time, but I saw him raise his eyebrows when the prosecution said he came clean. I saw him glare out the corner of his eye when the prosecution was talking about that severed thumb.
You know, in spite of the severity of the crime, that's one of the key issues here. You have a 16-year-old who you says he certainly doesn't look like a grown man.
No.
Right? Safe to say that. His alleged accomplice, she's 15, right? That's his girlfriend.
It's still not named.
It's right. Is that going to change? Will she be moved into adult court?
Prosecutors are asking that, but right now we only know her as WT. Those are the initials.
Yes, she needs to be moved over to adult court. Why is just because she a girl? Didn't you just see what she said? Yes, I can do that. I love blood too. Whatever they get, they should get it equally together.
That come out in court. WT allegedly wrote this on Instagram, ordered these killings, took some of the shots herself, according to prosecutors, but not named.
Chris, thank you.
How is she not named?
It's the 16-year-old.
How is she not named? It's just, I don't, yuck. It's just a lot. It's a lot going on in the culture. It's a lot going on in society. And you know, I tell women all the time, family members, friends, all the time. I say, hey, listen, you know, stay in pairs, stay out the way, don't get caught up in this, keep your wits about you, you know, this and that, whatever. Be careful out here in these streets. You know, oh man, should I travel here alone? No. Why are you traveling alone? Don't you know that you're a target? Don't you know that killers actually target the weakest amongst y'all? The most vulnerable amongst y'all? TS Car Wash and Detail Service says Boosie got scammed for $600,000. Look into it. Boosie. All right, let me see what's going on with Boosie. Boosie fruit. All right, let's see. Boosie, according to Rolling Stone, Boosie tried to pay $600,000 for a Trump pardon, and it was never going to work. Now, this came out yesterday. It says the rapper reportedly paid a team of lobbyists to secure a presidential pardon over a handgun charge, and he is now asking, you asking for a refund? Come on, man. Tell me that this ain't true. Tell me this is not true. Tell me that y'all joking, that this is a play, that y'all just, winging it. Turns out President Trump's taste for endless pardons has its limits. According to a report from Notice, published Monday, the rapper Boosie Badass paid a team of lobbyists $600,000 in hopes that they could secure a pardon from Trump for the federal charges he incurred from illegally possessing a handgun in 2023. Boosie-born Torrance Hatch is now demanding a $300,000 refund from J.M. Berkman and Associates, the team of Washington, D.C. lobbyists made up of Jacob Wall and Jack Berkman, who claim that they are not contractually or obligated to return any payments. You know what this sounds like? Y'all want to know what this sounds like? This sounds like Nicky on Goodfellas when he got mad at the banker for his money and his investments not going right, and he said, I want a refund. I want a refund. I want all of my money back. The banker was like, no, dog, that ain't how this works. This ain't the streets. This is different. This sounds like that. Just like it. This sounds like Avon Barksdale or Avon dealing with shit. This sound like not Avon, Stringer Bell, not Avon, Stringer Bell. When Stringer Bell was trying to deal with the senator and he was trying to get some stuff pushed through, but he was just getting finesse. Shit. That's what it sound like. You can't be this goofy, bro. Clay Davis. Shout out to Clay Davis. He must have hired Clay Davis. Clay Davis said that he could push it through, and Clay Davis had no intention whatsoever of trying to push it through. Here's my question about Boosie, right? As we go through this story. How come Boosie can't stay out of trouble? When you get out of jail and you was in prison and you wind up getting released or whatever, and you got a second chance, at life, you're supposed to be on the straight and narrow. You should not in any way, shape, or form be catching gun charges, getting caught up in this nonsense, whatever, so on and so forth, right? Ain't no way in the world that you should be getting caught up in anything whatsoever. Yo, you had this charge, you had the murder charge, you was in jail, you was in prison, you was never coming home. You should never, ever put yourself in a position to ever have to go back to jail. How? And you know, so like he be in problematic situations all the time. Earlier this year, Boosie was sentenced to time served along with 3 years of supervised release and 300 hours of community service. Okay, so he got off. According to the rapper's lawyer, though he violated those conditions in May, dumb, when he was accused of striking a security guard over the head with a hookah base. Facing more court charges this fall, Boosie claimed the 2023 incident where he brought a loaded handgun to a video shoot was a non-violent and isolated, sought the help of Wall and Berkman in obtaining a presidential pardon. And to be fair, Trump's generous taste for pardons has found him issuing them at 8 times the rate of former President Biden, and even including the letter to January 6 Capitol rioters off the hook after he took the office. This nigga thought he could bribe Trump. Anybody could tell you anything. According to notice, Boosie claimed he was led to believe that Wall and Berkman, who were talking like they had Trump on speed dial, could persuade Trump after Boosie failed to sway him back in Black History Month for a pardon. They reportedly dropped names like Laura Loomer. They dropped names like Erica Kirk, claiming they can help in the process, and a representative for Kirk denied to notice that she even knows who Boosie is, and at one point claimed Trump had already signed a pardon. He got finesse. Boosie tried to spur along his request by tagging some of those same right-wing figures in the post on X, including Loomer, who replied that she doesn't get involved in this type of work. She went on to write, "You can't pay for a pardon. Not sure who told you. That's how it works." Boosie, seemingly enlightened by the exchange, thanked Loomer for the reply. "Your honesty is really appreciated." Okay, so wait a minute. Are you telling me that he didn't know that you couldn't pay for a pardon? I largely remove myself from commenting about Boosie because you see him all the time, right? You see him when he in Detroit, when they come in for the Millennium Tour and Bow Wow and them is here, and then Boosie come in, or if you go to the casino, you're going to run into Boosie, right? Boosie is really not hard to find. And then he usually got this I don't look at him as a security guard. I kind of look at him as like a homeboy. He got like homeboy type of security. And, you know, it's not a hard situation to finesse. So I usually try to stay away from people that you can run into on a regular basis, especially when you out and about or whatever. Come on, man. So, okay, so let's assume for the sake of conversation, Keisha, that he knew. He was here this Saturday. Sounds about right. Everybody be in Detroit all the time. So let's assume for the sake of conversation that he knew, right? Are you telling me that he don't know that you're not supposed to talk about this publicly? Okay, Lions Super Bowl, let's say that you do pay for pardons. But when you do, let's say you do, right? It's still a risk. When you get into that type of world, you're paying for the possibility of getting on somebody's radar. You're paying for access to get on somebody's radar. You're not paying to get a pardon. You're playing behind the scenes trying to get in the same room as the people that say that they got to connect, right? So you're paying for the access. But rule number one is the same on the streets, except for it's worse in politics. First, you don't implicate nobody. Secondly, you don't go on social media and start talking about it. And third, if you don't get it or your deal don't go through, that's the risk that you took with the bag. AD, what's the difference between homeboy versus actual security? Actual security is security that has a license to carry a gun. They're professional. I have real security, right? My security is, I'm not going to tell you what they look like or whatever, My security a lot of times be ex-Secret Service, ex-police officers, ex-this, ex-that. Like they have a background and they make a lot of money and they generate a lot of revenue and they know how to identify, profile, neutralize. It's not just about, having somebody big around you. It's about having the right people that can see things that you can't see, or they paying attention to things that you're not paying attention to. And it's not just about being big. Homeboy security is usually somebody that you know and you want to take on a role with you. It's like, oh, okay, come on, big dog. And you can tell the difference between real security and homeboy security. Real security is they can, in a lot of instances, they actually can kill somebody. That's correct. They're insured, all of that type of stuff. Right? And so the people that I have around me is a completely different conversation. They're from reputable companies, all of that type of stuff, right? Homeboy security is like, first of all, they probably not carrying because they coming in from a different place and they with you. So they from wherever it is that you from, and they just big for no reason. Or they may be fat for no reason. They not just there eating chicken wings to just stand there next to you to make sure that nobody get next to you. But Boosie should already know this. This is not the way that you play this in real life. You don't talk about it. You take the calculated risk. If it doesn't come through, then it just doesn't come through. You don't get a refund. You can't get no refund for this. According to notice through conversations with Boosie's criminal defense lawyer, Woe and Berkman claim to have secured 9 previous pardons for clients in the past, though federal lobbying disclosures only indicate one successful case where executive Joseph Schwartz. They are also notorious fraudsters. The duo previously tried to manufacture false sexual harassment allegations against former special counsel Robert Mueller and are known for their political stunts aimed to garner a controversy and attention, but not focus on the facts. They now appear to be via notice reporting bankrupt. So he gave them $600,000. He gonna get himself, he gonna get in trouble. He gonna get in trouble. As you start implicating people, you start, making all of this noise, you're gonna get in trouble. Every time you're going to get in trouble. Make sure you guys hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Don't get in trouble. Trouble. Barking up the wrong tree, naming the wrong names. Stupid. What to watch on YouTube says AD, Global Minded Apparel Channel, all positive stories. Well, good luck with that. Wesley Turner says anything less than death is unacceptable. Levite Apparel says Anton Shalom work in a lab and often get body parts daily. They are heavy. Dead weight is heavy. These kids are crazy. Yeah. Long Way ENT's natural born killers, Mickey and Mallory. Just a Brown Girl in America. What up, Jess? Says they related. That's why the family was against it. Oh, they was dating with each other and it was, oh my God. I mean, they should have been against it just because they was too young to be getting into a relationship. Did you get the opportunity to go over to the 4 immigrants deleted? The black woman, Larisha Thompson? No, I'm going to try to cover it tomorrow. I'll write it down. TS Car Wash and Detail Services. AD, you remember that video of the son that got mad at the mom because she wanted to kick him out and he flushed her remains? Yeah. It was like in the woods somewhere. Yep. I remember. Wyatt B says, my bad, it was last year. All right. I'm like, why I ain't heard about that? 80, did you hear about the 4-year-old who shot and killed his 2-year-old cousin? Chase Alpha says, wait, the reporter said during the defense the truth will come out that the teen killer was only defending himself. Yeah, okay. I got to give you all the news, AD. Call me, TS News. What up, TS News? TS News says, Boosie, I would have did it for $100K. J Boogie in the building, or L Boogie in the building says, what's she going to do about him in his new ninja in prison. Fallstone Noel says, what's up, AD? I listened to your advice last summer, and now I'm almost done with my cloud computing associate's degree. I've been building AWS projects and learning Terraform and Jenkins as we speak. Let me give you a round of applause, big dog. Shout out to you. All right, y'all. Time Dog has to take a nap. Yeah, you can't keep operating off of 3 hours of sleep without getting a nappy nap. All right. Listen, we got after hours tonight, so I got to get that together. I got to get some videos recorded, and I need to update the Patreon with the actual location of where we're going to meet at. Hope y'all had a phenomenal day today. I hope we did some great content for y'all, that y'all enjoyed it. But I want to be fresh. I want to be fresh for the show tonight. Okay? I enjoy y'all. AD, you need at least 2 hours for a nap. I'm going to take about a 2-hour nap. And then I'm going to get up and we're going to get to it. I'm locked in, man. I'm not hitting the streets. I'm not going out. It's a bunch of fog. Matter of fact, I didn't even drive to the studio. I caught an Uber. I have no keys. I have nothing. So I'm locked in. I'm 100% locked in. No keys, nowhere to go. It's just me. I'm about to put down that. I'm going to take a quick nap. And then we're going to get to it. And it's going to be a great show tonight. First question of the night is going to be, do y'all think that prostitution should be legal? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.